Hello queens. I'm back with another client tutorial, and today I'm bringing y'all just another creative beat. You already know we're jumping straight into it, and I'm starting this video off by cleaning my model's face. Now I'm just gonna brush her brows in place and proceed to fill them in, and to do so I'm using my Nicka K auto eyebrow pencil, and this one is in the shade black. I'm going to outline her brows first just so I can make sure I get them as even as possible before filling them in. In this clip I decided to switch pencils, and now I'm taking my Nicka K eyebrow pencil in the shade dark brown. I don't know why I did that, y'all, because for the other side I just stuck with the auto pencil, but I decided to leave this clip in here. And if you know me, you know I love to extend the front of my client's brows, so that's what I'm doing. Now that both the brows have been outlined, I'm going to start filling them in from the back and working my way to the front. And to fill them in, I'm using my Nicka K brow pencil in the shade dark brown. And I'm also going to brush out the brows as I go, just so this product doesn't come off too dark and too harsh. Y'all know I love for everything to be nice and blended. To fill in the front of her brows, I'm going in with a lighter pencil from Nicka K. This one is in the shade light brown, and I love to use a lighter shade at the front just because it makes this nice little ombre effect, you know. To clean up her brows, I'm going in with these two concealers. One is from Nicka K and the other one is from e.l.f. First, I'm going in with the e.l.f. concealer, and I'm using this to clean up under her arch. And I took this concealer up halfway underneath her brow, and then for the remainder of the way, I just went in with the Nicka K one. Now that the bottom of her brows is clean, I'm going to go ahead and buff those two concealers out. To clean up the top of her brows, I'm using that same Nicka K concealer, and it's in the shade 06. And just like that, we have one clean eyebrow. So I'm just going to go ahead and buff this concealer out, and then I'm going to move on to the other side. Y'all, please excuse the tracks in the back of this wig. It was a long day, honey. I was tired and I was really concentrating on this beat. So yeah, just don't mind me. Pay attention to the makeup, okay? Because it don't matter how I'm looking. It just matter how my client is looking. That's it. That's all. Okay, y'all, the brows are clean and they looking real good, if I do say so myself. Now I'm taking my Dermablend translucent powder, and I'm just pressing this at the beginning of the eyebrows just to lighten it up a little bit. For an eyeshadow primer today, I'm going in with my Bperfect eyeshadow base, and I'm just applying this all over her lids. I need to get some more because I'm running out. If you know, then you know that I use this in every video. But now I'm just taking that same buffing brush that I used to buff out her eyebrows, and I'm using it to blend in this product. The eyeshadow palette that I chose for today's look is my Bperfect Carnival XL palette, and I'm starting off with this purple shade, and I'm just packing this on the outer edge of her eye using this blending brush, and I'm just going to continue to build the color up. Next, I'm taking this deep burgundy shade and I mixed it with a little bit of black, and I'm just applying it directly in her crease with this dense eyeshadow brush. And once I have that on, I'm going to go back in with that blending brush and I'm going to use it to blend it into that purple. I'm gonna be honest and tell y'all, this is another look where I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I was just going with the flow. So the next shade I decided to go in with is this beautiful metallic blue, and I decided to apply it in the inner corners of her eye. This blue came from the Juvias Zulu palette. And after that, I'm going in with this matte green, y'all. This is from the Bperfect Carnival XL palette, and I'm just packing it right behind the blue. I don't know why I decided to go in with this color scheme, but it came out real cute. After that, I'm going in with this fire red orange type of shade, and I'm applying it directly behind the green using this blending brush. Now I'm going back in with that purple and I'm applying it to the edge of the orange just to blend the two together. Hey y'all, so I decided to go in with these 3 pigments. The shade names will be in the description box, but first I'm taking that blue pigment, which was so pretty, y'all, and I'm applying it on top of the blue and the green eyeshadow that we used. And once I have it applied, I'm going to take the bronze one, which was right next to it on the bottom, and I'm just applying it right behind the blue shade. And last but not least, I'm going to go in with that bronze pigment and apply it on the outer edge of her eye. This was so cute to me, y'all. It gave me Aladdin vibes. I don't know why, but now I'm taking my Wet n Wild black liquid liner and I'm using this to line her eyes. I'm gonna do just a small little angled line, and then I'm gonna blend it into her eyeshadow. To blend this into her eyeshadow, I'm going in with just a matte black eyeshadow and I'm pressing it at the end of the liner. Moving on to the face, I went ahead and cleaned and moisturized her face off camera. Now I'm just priming her skin using my calamine lotion. I'm going to focus it in her T-zone. I'm going in with my Real Technique sponge and I'm going to use it to thin this product out and spread it throughout her face. For her foundation, I'm going in with my Maybelline Superstay foundation in the shade Toffee Caramel. And when you're using this foundation, this was the first time I used it, but I'm gonna let y'all know right now, this foundation is very full coverage and it's very matte, so you really don't need to use the calamine lotion underneath it. But I didn't know So yeah, but I'm just pressing this into her skin using my foundation brush. I still got a pretty outcome even though I use the calamine lotion, but I feel like this foundation is so matte that you really don't need to go in with the matte primer underneath it. Now that the foundation is on, I'm going to go ahead and highlight her face. And to highlight her, I'm using my Nicka K concealer, and it's in the shade 04. I'm blending her concealer out using the same brush that I used to blend out her foundation. The link to this foundation brush will be in the description box down below for anybody that's new, but I'm just taking this brush and I'm using it to tap the concealer into her skin. I'm going over everything with my Real Technique sponge just to make sure it's all even. And now I'm just going to contour her face. And to contour her face, I'm using my Juvias Place foundation stick, and it's in the shade Tunisia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but just in case I'm not, the shade name will be in the description box down below. Now I'm blending out the concealer under her eyes, and to do so I'm using my Real Technique sponge. To set the concealer, I'm going in with my Fit Me pressed powder, and I forgot the shade name, so I'm going to make sure I include it in the description box as well. But I just went on top of that pressed powder with my Morphe loose powder, and it's in the shade Banana. To set the areas that I contoured, I'm using my Fit Me pressed powder, and it's in the shade Mocha. To set the remaining areas of her face, I'm going in with another Fit Me pressed powder, and it's in the shade Toffee. Y'all, please excuse my wig, because she done slid all the way back, y'all. We just going through it. But I'm taking some blush, and I'm applying it to her cheeks. Now I'm working on her lower lash line. So I'm taking some black gel liner, and I'm applying this to her waterline. And I only took this about halfway through. And I went ahead and applied some purple eyeshadow to her lower lash line. Now I'm taking one of my glitter liners, and I'm applying it to the inner corner of her lower lash line. To top off her eyeshadow, I took some crystals. I only applied 3, and I put them directly on top of the blue eyeshadow that we use. Now I'm going in with some lashes. I believe these are 20mm lashes. I don't even remember. I should have showed them on camera, but I went ahead and cut them to fit her eyes. So now I'm just gluing them on. Going back in with that foundation brush, and I'm using it to press in any powder that I have sitting on her face. Now I'm going to take some setting spray, and I'm going to use it to set her face in place and take away any type of powder cast. And I went ahead and highlighted her face, and to highlight her I'm just using some champagne colored eyeshadow. Last but not least, it's time to get into these lips. Okay, let's do these lips, honey. So I went ahead and lined her lips off camera using my LA Colors dark brown eyebrow pencil. Now I'm going in with a liquid lipstick from Absolute New York, and it's in the shade Terrocotta, and I just focused it in the center of her lips. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and blend it on top of the liner. Alright y'all, so the lips are blended, this look is complete, and we're about to get into the grand reveal, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch.
I'm ready. Oh wait, hold on. Baby, this is giving. Giving what it's posted. Look at these colors. Y'all see it? Look at these diamonds, girl. Oh yes, I'm gonna go get dressed. Yes, ma'am.
Okay y'all, this is the end of this video. As y'all can see, it was another success. She loved her look, as did I think it was so pretty and so creative. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. A link will be in the description box. Bye bye, queens.